Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Rebels TV. Once again, the 26th time for season 2016, and unfortunately, Parto, it's the last regular weekly episode for a while as well. Great season by the North Ballarat Rebels, unfortunately coming to an end yesterday. We'll touch more on that very, very shortly. Sean Kelly's my name. Joining me, as he does every week, AFL Victoria Talent Manager Phil Partington. Welcome, Parto. It's a bit of a sombre morning this morning.
Yeah, the sun's come up, Sean, though.
It has.
Yesterday I
didn't quite think it would for a while there, but it has.
It's come up and we move on. And bad luck to the Rebels boys yesterday. They tried extremely hard and I'm very proud of their efforts. But to get out by 6 points is always disappointing, Sean. And we move on now on to preparations for the draft combine for our players.
Yeah, all the details up on the screen at the moment. The Oakleigh Chargers were in some sort of form heading into the game on the weekend. They'd knocked off two top four sides. They'd won a final by 100 points. They got out a few times in this game as well. Josh Dacos just really seemed to spark them yesterday and kick crucial goals at key moments, getting them out to 18, 20-point leads and everything like that, but the Rebels able to reel them back in. And that last quarter in particular, it looked at about the 15-minute mark like it was all done. And then Haskell Dorbin's kicked a goal out of nowhere. Tex Corro's kicked a goal out of nowhere. Lockie Huppets has kicked one to get us within a goal. Had another shot, kicked the point late in the game. The ball was in the forward 50, and unfortunately the siren sounding to end the season.
Yeah, sure. We show a lot of character, and that's the beauty of our program. The boys work extremely hard for each other, and a couple of those kicks would have got in, Sean, would have been a bit more of a closer game, but 6 points. We'll do our reviews now, Sean, a regular review for this week and moving to our reviews for the season for the players. So busy time of the year still, Sean, not even though there's no game playing this week.
Yeah, certainly is indeed. We'll touch on that very shortly, but before we do, we're going to catch up with our Mars player of the day from yesterday's game. And look, we try not to get the same person featured on this in consecutive weeks, but we had no choice this week because this bloke was absolutely phenomenal. Once again, second week in a row, and probably our player of the final series this year, Callan Wellings from the Trentham Footy Club. Just fantastic with his leadership and his play yesterday.
Oh, Sean, he's been outstanding for the last 2 weeks, let alone the last 6 weeks. Once he's got over his injury at the start of the year, he's really shown a lot of leadership. He's got fit. He's a great person around our football club, and he deserves to be our best player for the finals, no doubt about that.
So let's have a look at what he had to say, not straight after the game, because we left the boys alone a bit straight after the game, but we did get him on the Rebels TV, our Mars player of the day, Callan Wellings. We're here with our Mars player of the day from our semi-final. Once again, Cal Wellings, player of the day in the finals, mate. Fantastic game by yourself, but obviously tempered a little bit by the result at the end.
Yeah, it was a disappointing day overall with going down by a pretty close game against Oakleigh, but yeah, I was happy with the way I played. Again, it was, as you said, tempered by the loss, and yeah, disappointing, but it was a good way to finish the season personally. But yeah, I've really enjoyed the year with the Rebels, and it's been a disappointing loss on the day, but we really put up one hell of a fight, I thought.
Yeah, you're right. Look, obviously coming up against a team that had some red-hot form coming into the finals, and we matched them step by step. They got out a little bit, but were able to reel them back in. Tell us about those last couple of minutes of the game. Lockie Huppets has kicked the goal and put us just a goal down. Got it within the forward line a couple of times. Did you feel like we were going to get over the line?
Yeah, all day it felt like, we weren't going to really let them blow out, and there was a couple of times when they almost broke the game open, but credit to our group and the coaching staff as well that we were able to reel them back in and not let them blow us out of the water. And those last few minutes, it still was anyone's game to the final siren. And after Haskell Dorbin kicked his first goal of the year, that was a real team lifter. And then Huppets put one through, and yeah, we definitely thought maybe 1 or 2 more minutes and we could have steamrolled over the top of them, but that's footy, and yeah, we didn't get the result in the end of the day.
Bit of a change of role for you going into the game this week. Obviously with Jared Berry out of the side, you moved into more of a prominent midfield role. How did you find that?
Yeah, obviously had a bit of experience in the midfield earlier on in the year when the national boys went off and played for Vic Country, but all year I think it's the same with anyone on the list. They'll play wherever they're required and wherever the coach says, and we're expected, unlike some country footy, you're expected to play more than one role, and you've got to be able to adapt to whatever situation you put in. And I enjoyed my role in the midfield yesterday, and also was able to go on the outside mid at one stage. And yeah, as I said, anyone in the team, they've got to be able to adapt to where they play, and that's just the next level of footy. So
The footy's finished, obviously, for the season now, but for yourself, still a very, very busy couple of weeks coming up with the state combine coming up that you'll be a part of, and some real work to go into before you head down to 88 Stadium.
Yeah, so I think there's 9 boys heading to the combines, 5 in national and 4 in state. So yeah, our season's not over yet, and there's still a massive time coming up. For the next couple of months are huge for the boys, and I know the Rebels wish them all the best, and I wish all the boys the best going into the draft. And the combine, a lot of training still to happen, and it's still going to be flat out for us boys, and it's all going to be worth the end for when a few of the Rebels boys get their name called out on draft night.
Okay, congratulations on your work, not just yesterday but throughout the finals, and good luck with what's coming forward for you. Some pretty exciting times.
Thanks, Shawnee. Good on you. Thanks for the year.
Callan Wellings, our Mars player of the day, from our semi-final loss to the Oakleigh Chargers, which, as we mentioned, Parto, that's the end of 2016 for the Rebels. Look, obviously it didn't end the way that we wanted it to, but still a very, very successful season on and off the field.
Oh, it certainly is, Sean. We had a winning spree of about 13, 14 games at one stage there, and we've had 8 boys play in the national championships. We've had the Morris medalists. We've had 2 players in the team of the year, so really successful on the field. Off the field, the boys have grown individually too, Sean. Their development's been outstanding, and to have 8 boys also going to draft combines, the state combines, is outstanding product for our program, but also Western Victoria.
Now, you mentioned the draft combines. That's probably the next thing that the Rebels boys will be looking forward towards. As you mentioned, 8 boys involved, some at national level, some at state level as well. I think there's actually 9 boys. 9 boys, from memory. Yep, sorry about that. That's my fault. But 9 boys involved, and some really big work that's going to be put into them before they go in front of recruiters, AFL clubs, scouts, just everything at this big combine in early October.
Well, the work's already started, Sean. We've got a fantastic partnership with Federation University, and through Leo Bell and Dr. Warren Young, we've been preparing the boys already, and this will sort of ramp up over the next 2 or 3 weeks before the draft comes. So if we can improve the boys by 0.1 of a second or 1 centimetre for the vertical leaps and things like that, we can expose them really well to the AFL recruiters. Also coming out, Sean, is the AFL All-Stars game.
Yes.
So we've got 2 players involved at the moment. So Jared Berry, if he's fit enough, and also Hugh McClugg's in the top 40 players in Australia, Sean, on grand final leave. It's going to be live on Foxtel at 1:30, so it's going to be a real good opportunity for these boys to go in front of the AFL recruiters.
Playing at Punt Road as well, and obviously at the tail end of the grand final parade as well, so could be a pretty big crowd involved.
I think we'll be, Sean, not only on the day, but also on the TV audience as well. So to seeing the future stars of the AFL play against each other is a really good concept.
We see, obviously, Jared Berry and Huey McCluggage, as you mentioned, involved in that. A couple of players obviously will wind their seasons down now, as we said. There's not too many that are still involved with local footy. A couple at under 18 level, the Ballarat Footy League grand final this weekend. East Point taking on North Ballarat City, and there's about a half a dozen Rebels boys that will be involved in that game. So good to see some of the boys still involved in footy at local level at this time of year.
Yeah, certainly, sure. You've got the Hampton Football League final still going, so Rebels boys playing there, so good luck to those.
It's going to be a big, big week coming up for the Rebels boys. Unfortunately, not on the field. So we mentioned obviously the draft combine. What else takes place now? Once the season's finished, you obviously have a day or so to wind down, process what happened on the weekend. What's the next process that happens?
Now, I wish we could wind down, Sean. No, it's flat out. So reviews with our players, review with our coaching staff. Review as a program too. So we're always looking how we can get better as a program too, Sean. So we'll get all the coaches and support staff in very shortly, and what we can keep doing, stop doing, and start doing sort of process, and really work out how we can improve the program for the players to be the best they can possibly be.
And of course, 2017 Rebels now, some of the focus will eventually turn to that, and the training programs throughout the regions as well, where we invite a lot of boys in and kind of put them through their paces and see, I suppose, the start of what's going to be the 2017 Rebel squad.
Yeah, pre-planning's already started there, Sean, so our dates of when we're starting pre-season will be going out shortly, and invites as well. So I've spoken to our regional coaches, and really excited about 2017, what we can come up with, but just doing the homework on the recruiting side of it now, Sean, too. We invite into our program, we invite 150 boys again into the program to try out. So exciting times for the future.
It is indeed, but just because this is the last episode of Rebels TV for the regular season doesn't mean that the video content will stop here with the Rebels. We're going to see some pretty exciting stuff with our potential draftees coming up over the next couple of months. We'll see some stuff from the start of Rebels training as well, and Rebels TV will be back in late November as well, because we will have a look at things before and after the AFL National and Rookie drafts as well, and just see what happens with the class of 2016 from the North Ballarat Rebels. But for now, Parto, we bid goodbye for the 2016 season. It's been a heck of a season. It's been a very, very enjoyable season. I thank you personally for the chance to bring Rebels TV to the masses. We've just had fantastic reports all year on Rebels TV and very, very proud to be able to bring it to people every week.
No, Sean, been really pleased with the concept, and to get over 100,000 people viewing on each week is outstanding. And thank you to our partners from the Rebels as well, do a wonderful job in supporting the boys and also our program to be the best they can be as well. So thank you.
Indeed. We'll give them a bit of a plug. Obviously, McDonald's at Ballarat, our fantastic major partners, have done so much work with the Rebels, and of course with Ronald McDonald House Charities, as we've seen throughout the last couple of weeks and throughout the season. Our premier partners, we've got obviously Federation Uni, who are still doing a lot of work with the boys going forward. H. Troon doing a fantastic job as well. Mars in there doing a great job for us. Quest Ballarat, the North Ballarat Sports Club, Thrifty Car and Truck Rental,
and the old Blue Gum
Blue Gum Clothing, who have gone inside 60 with every week and has been the absolute highlight of the season. We might put together, if people might be missing Rebels TV by mid-October, so we might just throw some Blue Gum Clothing inside 60 packages.
Just don't take the outtake, Sean.
We might leave the outtakes alone because there's an outtake package from Rebels TV as well that probably shouldn't see the light of day because it is reasonably amusing, but it could be something that highlights on presentation day for the Rebels Parto, which is coming up very shortly, 22nd of October, and it's going to be a very, very big day.
Oh, it's a big day for the Rebels calendar, Sean, so it's compulsory for all our players to be there. We get about 170, 180 people there, Sean. A great day, a bit of fun to see who's going to take home the Adam Goods Trophy, which is actually painted football from Adam's mum, Sean, so very unique and, a unique trophy to have on your lounge room mantelpiece, Sean, if you actually win the award.
Yeah, it is indeed. We'll have a look, and we might even have some Rebels TV leading into that as well, just to obviously look at some of the fancies for the Adam Goods Trophy and see how the boys are travelling with football done and dusted for the season. Parto, thank you very much once again for joining us on Rebels TV, not just this week, but throughout the season. Boosted your profile immensely, and I know that a lot of people within AFL Victoria have seen you in a new light over the course of this year.
It's good to hear, sure.
It is indeed. Thank you also for joining us throughout the 2016 season here on Rebels TV. It is with some sadness that we close off, probably a couple of weeks earlier than what we hoped, for the final time for the 2016 season, but fear not, we'll be back before you know it with more Rebels TV content throughout the off-season. Thank you once again for joining us through this journey throughout 2016, and we'll see you again very, very soon.
Go Rebels.